Through this video, you are going to learn about one of the important statistical tools used by the researcher, that is chi-square test. In addition to chi-square test, we can use contingency, pi and Cramer's V coefficient to test the level of association what we got from chi-square test. Let us see one by one. Before that, you should know different measurement scale used in SPSS. Our questionnaire divided into three groups, that is nominal category questions, ordinal category question and scale type question. If we ask some question by giving some option, that questions come under nominal category. For example, if you ask gender, you may give some option, male, female, not prefer to say, like this. Like that, brand A and brand B. So it does not consist any meaning. Ordinal type of data consists some order. If you take education qualification, it has some order, higher secondary level, UG, PG. So this type of question come under ordinal. Ranking question, scale data questions come under this category. Last one is scale. If you ask some question, that is quantitative question, without giving any option, that is come under scale. If you ask experience without giving any option, that is scale data. If you ask age without giving any option, that is scale data. Sales, purchase, volume. So these are the some examples I gave for better understanding. Let us see how to frame the null hypothesis. When we are using chi-square test, we should use the word association. So we can frame the null hypothesis by adopting any one method. So this is the old format. Here we are specifying two variables with no association. That is, there is no association between gender and the usage of online food apps. So you can specify the same null hypothesis like this also. Gender does not influence the usage of online food apps. Or you may give the null hypothesis like gender and the usage of online food apps are independent. So here we should use nominal categorical data for testing chi-square test. That is most important one. We should not use scale data and ordinal data for chi-square test. Nominal scale data can be used for testing chi-square. So based on the p-value, that is probability value, either the null hypothesis accepted or rejected. If we got the p-value or significant value between 0 and 0.01, we will reject the null hypothesis at 1% level. If the result comes between 0.10 and 0.05, so this time also we reject the null hypothesis at 5% level. We got p-value more than 0.05, we will accept the null hypothesis. One of the most important constraint in this chi-square test is each cell occupy 5 or greater than 5 value. So we should have sufficient number of sample for executing this analysis. So each cell value should be 5 or greater than 5. SPSS file. Here I have used two independent variables, gender and online food apps. Next I move to variable view to give the name. So in this place I can assign the value for each variable. So here I have used one for specifying male, give add, two for females, give add. Okay, so like this for app also I am going to specify one means Swiggy. Here I give name for each value, what 1 means, 2 means. Now I am going to execute chi-square test. For that, click Analyze and select Cross Steps from Descriptive Statistics. Here I have to move one variable to rows and another variable to columns. Click Statistics to specify the analysis. Here I want to execute chi-square. After chi-square test, if null hypothesis rejected, in addition to that I want the result of contingency by and Cramer's weight coefficient. Give continue. In cell we can get percentage in row or column. So here I have a Word file. So this is the result. Here I got p-value, that is significant value less than 0.001. One more thing you have to note. What is the condition for chi-square test? Each cell should occupy more than 5 value. So here 18, 47. These are the totals. So I fulfill the first condition. Next one is I got less than 0.001. So the null hypothesis rejected at 1% level of significance. Food apps. That means gender influence the online food apps. So through next analysis, that is using pi. First we should know what it means. What is pi, what is Cramer's, what is contingency coefficient, what is the rule behind this. Let us see this used when the hypothesis is rejected. There are 3 analyses when we have to use this. If number of rows and columns are equal, we have to use contingency coefficient. If the number of row and columns are 2, we have to use pi coefficient. If the rows and columns are not equal, at that time we have to use Cramer's V coefficient. Here we have 2 rows, 2 columns. So we have to use pi coefficient. This is the strength of relationship. If we got above 0.8, that is strong relationship between these two variables, that is gender and online food apps. So like this 0.4 to 0.8, it means moderate relationship. If we got less than 0.4, that is weak relationship. So when we are using contingency coefficient, that means when rows and columns are equal, not 2 into 2. 2 rows, 2 column is not there. More than 2 rows, 2 column, but row and columns are equal, we have to use contingency coefficient. In that time, there is a upper limit depend on this formula, that is rho minus 1 divided by rho. So you have to apply, if you have 5 rows, 5 minus 1 divided by 5 within the square root. For example, contingency coefficient value is 0.436. So this value is midway between 0 and 0.70. So there is a moderate relationship between these variables. 2 into 2 matrix table, chi-square value is 28.229, degree of freedom is 1, p value, that is significant value, is 0.001. So hypothesis rejected, hence I have to test pi coefficient. For pi coefficient I got 0.485. So it means moderate relationship or association between these two variables. Specify interpretation like this. First you have to specify row and column wise percentage. Chi-square value is 28.229, p value is 0.01. So hence null hypothesis rejected. That means gender influence the choice of online food apps. Through pi-square test we can test the association between these two variables. So chi-square test only give the result of whether there is any association between these variable or not, but additional analysis pi coefficient give how far it is associated. So that type of conclusion we can get through doing this kind of analysis. I hope you understand this video. Thank you.